know where to go.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids. Running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention, it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well. And then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to aspireallergy.com. That's aspireallergy.com.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday at MSC Cruises.
Call us Clothed and Defend.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Calabria.
And of course, American touches, an aqua park and a sweet shop.
Américaine, je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids feel free. MSC Cruises, like holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Yeehaw! RC Hill here, your deputy tariff sheriff. See, tariffs are coming in, and they're fixing to drive up car prices. But I locked and loaded massive inventory before the tariffs hit. That means you can get exclusive access to my pre-tariff rides. You can even drive for no money down. So come check out the new Mitsubishi Outlander or the new Mirage at 43 miles per gallon with a lifetime warranty. Only when you visit me, the tariff sheriff. See, RC, we're all about affordability. My solution specialists are the toughest around. So don't spend another minute in a car you hate. Right now, I'll pay way over appraised value for your old ride regardless of condition. And who knows when car prices will be this low again. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars, trucks, and SUVs. But hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. 2 locations.
Hello.
In Ocala. Get a sneak peek of all my pre-tariff rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
What's the adrenaline difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most. Getting better. I'm Glenn Levine, Manager Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Not in Orlando.
Hearts for excitement. One drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea. It's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea.
Hey everybody, we're restoring Bronco tonight.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing. Why would they
Lot
sell
of
jeans with holes in them?
hand
I'm going to speak to the manager. Mom!
I got this primer last night, and then
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your
hand
kids can shop
sanitizer.
independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from crazy twinsies to power shopping. Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices.
Yes, it is a Bronco. It's a 72.
105.9 Sunny FM is driven by Classic Honda, where every vehicle comes with our 5-day, 300-mile money-back guarantee. We price our cars, not our customers.
Yeah, it is, and I have to get this done so I can hang the doors, because once the doors go on, I cannot take them off. But just the way the bracket comes around the door and stuff, so it just has to be painted that way on this vehicle. But yeah, I have to get all this done, and then I get my doors back on, and then make sure everything's getting lined up, so I finish this off and then paint the whole thing at one time. It's hard telling on something that's old. Yes and no. There's been quite a few people that have done it back in the day, and then someone had done some stuff prior to me doing it, and I'm kind of going through and fixing their screwed up stuff. But the box side on that passenger side over there was leaned in, so I had to get it pushed out, unfortunately, because someone welded it in wrong. Yeah, this one, I think, this one's pretty bad in some spots, but this one's actually a mud truck. It's a Florida mud truck, but the guy wants it still to look premium. But this one, the whole suspension's done. This is actually sitting on the ground. That's how tall it is right now. It don't have the wheels on it. The axles are on the ground. That's how tall this truck is. But yeah, it'll be a real nice mud truck. It's got new quarters and stuff on it. Yeah. Every car, when it hits a certain age, it's got bodywork in it, especially if you're around big cities. Like, it's a given. Like in Texas, people are like, oh, the cars are nice in Texas. They're full of Bondo because they've been wrecked, fixed. At least with a rusty car, you know what you're working with sometimes. Oh, please subscribe to the channel Car Finds. You'll like my entertainment, trust me. I don't just do this, I do all sorts of stuff. I'm an auto painter, my full-time job. This is side projects, and then I've got a Mini Cooper right now. I'm trying to get wrapped up with the house. It's a restoration. I'll put you guys right here and see if the video is any better, because everybody fucking left. But we gotta keep sanding all the stores. This jam area. Hello to the 2 people watching. Welcome to the channel, y'all. So I'm doing the painful process of, well, I'm 320ing this because I'm really wanting this to be the last time I sand this, because I need to get the doors on, and I had to get this all completely finished off before I get these doors put on, because I can't paint it. You could, but it's really risky trying to put the vehicle back together with these style of doors with the hinges that bolt right here, because you're going to scratch it in here. So if it's all put together, it'll look better And plus, you won't have no alignment issues. So whenever you're doing like I have to the rest of the bodywork on the outside of the vehicle, those doors are where they have to be and will always be there. So I think it's stupid. Most vehicles you don't have to do this right here, but on this particular Bronco you have to do this, and it's kind of painful. It's very time-consuming vehicle. This one has been, but it's not bad. I like doing this stuff. And this is a mud truck. He'll be taking this to the Florida mud bogs. But if you guys ever see a light blue sky-high Bronco from 1972, I'm the one that did that. It should be getting wrapped up here pretty soon, and you guys will probably see this on YouTube somewhere. There's someone out there in the mud bog community that will have this on their page. I'll put money on that, because this thing, it's gonna look pretty cool. It's definitely gonna get attention, because the Bronco scene's real hot now, and this is an OG Bronco, and it's gonna be lifted to the max. It's actually, the height right now it is, like the fenders right here, the axles are on the ground. It's that tall right now. The axles are literally sitting on wheel carts. So, what I'm doing is just getting this all finished off, this whole jam here, so I can not have to worry about it anymore. And I can get these doors put on. And then, and yes, I'm not using a sanding block in here because, for one, you're not going to get a sanding block in these weird curvatures. You're just going to have to use your fingers. Your fingers are going to be your block. You're going to have to fold the paper, roll the paper to get off lines and stuff to get in there. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. I got all sorts of automotive content on there, from painting every day, or I got a Mini Cooper restoration on there that I'm doing at home. This right here is a side project that I do about twice a week. But we got the music going tonight, and we're gonna get this all sanded out. I gotta get the driver's door. I gotta get the driver's door re-primed again. I was trying to figure out which one I primed last night. And get that primed again, and then that'll all be done. And then I can start putting these back on, but still got body work yet to do to the outside. But progress, people. It will not get done if you don't make 1 ounce of progress. If you're like, I'm not gonna have enough time today. No, you gotta make that effort just a little bit here and there, and it will get done. These projects like this, I'm 6 months into this right now. Some people are like, that's fucking stupid. But I enjoy it. I like doing this stuff. Yes, I'm making money doing it, but on the other hand, you'll get a reputation. And in an industry that the way it has gone lately, there's no young people like me doing this. There's not. But this is kind of my thing when I was a young kid. This is what I've always wanted to do. And them old timers, they're slowly fading away. So there has to be someone here that still does this stuff, because this ain't going away, people. Come on now. Restorations are never going away. They will just continue to grow and grow what people want done. But the first thing is you have to enjoy doing it, because it's not something like collision where you're going to have this car done in a day or two and then sent out the door. No, this is a year, 6 months to a year thing, turnarounds, unless you have a whole team. If you have a whole team, then you're getting shit done faster. But then that's why shops start charging more when they're doing restorations, because they got a team doing it, and they got to pay everybody out of that. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes someone that's doing it, it's taking a year to do it. It sucks it's taking that long, but I'll bet you money that you're saving money on that restoration, and you might be getting a better restoration than the person that had 5 people working on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what there is about that, because this whole vehicle right here, $6 grand to do this. Well, the bodywork and paint, it's a little cheap. It should be like a $10,000, $15,000. I mean, let's just say 10. Because it was partially done when I came to it. But I wanted something to do, kind of. And I like doing this stuff. I was making a little bit of money. I work at my own pace. And I don't know, I enjoy it. Because when I'm done with this, like I said, when I'm done with this vehicle in particular, it's a mud truck. It's going to be all over the internet, people. It really is. I'm not blowing smoke up people's ass. It really is, because there's nothing out there that's a Florida mud truck that's a fucking 1972 Bronco that's baby blue. There isn't. It's going to be this color right here that you see right here. It's going to be that color. But I got to keep progressing on it so we can get it to that point. But you guys will see this on those mud bog channels on YouTube, I'll guarantee it, because there's a few trucks I've even seen that live around me down here that I've seen on there, and there's one dude that lives right down the street from me that I've seen his videos on YouTube of his truck. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this is, so if you guys have ever see this vehicle, you'll know that I'm the one that did it, and you watch the progress of it get done, so that's kind of cool. I'm hoping to have this wrapped up in the next month or two. I hope. It's just been drug out so freaking long. I'm getting a little over it. But that happens sometimes when you do these big projects like this. You get burned out a little bit. You take a little break. And then you'll come back to it. And no, it's not because I'm not making enough money. Because I do this the way I do it now, I do it a lot different than I used to. I don't accept half the money and all this shit. I almost do it hourly. Every weekend or whatever I come out and work on it, I'll get paid. So I got invested into it and the other person's invested into it, instead of being a whole scenario where like you got half down and then you got past the half point and you're like, hey, I need more money. Like, oh, I'll give you $400 on the third. Like, they almost start running out of money kind of thing. That way, if they ever have the point where they're like, hey, we'll have to wait, I'll save up a little bit of money, you're caught up. So if they don't pay you to come basically out again, then you're not lost money. No one's lost that money. You get what I'm saying? It's a fair way to do it. And I'm trying to do like a mobile restoration business, because there isn't one, and there is a need for one, because people sometimes don't want their cars to leave their garage. And also another good thing is too, in the restoration business, people are like, what's taking so long on my car, and yada yada yada, why I'm buying all these parts. If you do it right there in front of them, they can't sit there and argue with you, because you're like, hey, you buy the parts, you buy the paint, you buy the materials. And if you have progress and it's in their driveway or in their garage or whatever, they can come out every day and see how much progress is on there for their own eyes. Not only that, but bring their buddies over and they can all bullshit about it and then potentially get more business. So it's not a bad idea. It just keeps the customer more in charge. And that's what most people with restorations want. They want to be in charge. And with that, and like I said, with getting caught up every time you go out and do a vehicle, and if they are scratching their head trying to come up with money again to pay you, that's when you're like, all right, well, I'll come back out when you have more money. That way you're not losing money, because that's what a lot of people happens on these restorations. They lose money, and it's because of stuff like that. So if you can just get paid as you go, pretty much hourly, it sucks you ain't getting it. Well, when you get done, you should have a couple $1,000s left, so you'll get that money. But it is what it is. You know, at least you keep it tally how much money you had or how much money you gotten paid, and you'll be all right. It does suck to look at and be like, man, where the fuck is $3,000 gone? But you'd be surprised. Now, this isn't like a business, so this money that I get from this, I don't have to invest in the other stuff, because like I said, I'm not buying materials for this. The only thing I bought, because I'm trying to do the whole mobile restoration, I bought an air compressor, and that's just something. If if you're in the nature of this business, you gotta have, you know? You can't just not have one of those. So I bought that, and it's slowly getting there. But, and then not only I got this stuff on my channel, that I got a restoration that I'm doing on my own at my house of a Mini Cooper. It's kind of a smaller restoration. I'm getting ready to get the interior put back in it because we went through, I replaced the headliner, I cleaned every single panel, everything, the metal frame inside, everything. And now I'm at a process of going through and putting it back together. I replaced the headliner with like a really nice suede. It looks really good. I can't wait to get it in the car. But like I said, I kind of like got burned out a little bit. Just take a little break. But you got to come back out and make them small attempts on getting it done. Because if you don't, you put it to the side, it won't get done. It won't get done. Or if you do something like this and you do that and you wait, it starts rusting again. And then it fucks you over because you did it 19 times. And there has been a few spots that I've had to do that on here. But that's why I always put down, if I leave and I know I'm not going to be back for a little while, I'll put down an etch aerosol. No, I do not coat anything over this. I take it back off the vehicle when I'm coming to work back on it again. All this is so it don't flash rust. That's all I use this for. Do not use this for etch. You need to have a hardener and etch. This shit aerosol is all 1K products. My rule is, if it can wipe off with lacquer thinner, that's a junk ass product, alright? It don't have no hardener in it. It don't have nothing, it's not gonna last. All I use is so this don't flash rust. That's the most important thing, is it don't flash rust when you're gone. Because I'm not working on this every day. So you gotta think outside the box sometimes of, hey, let's not redo this 9 times. What can I put down so when I come back I can just wipe it off? That's what I use, is that etch right there. It's about 12 bucks a can. It does get expensive. But so does Bondo and labor time. So I think that can's a little cheaper. But if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. The channel's growing slowly, but not fast enough. If you guys have any questions, please ask them below. Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the channel, buddy. So I got 150 right now, and I'm kind of just cutting this hard line out of this tape where I had to tape it right here. The door seal goes over this edge right here, so none of it you will see. But I have OCD sometimes. I don't like to see hard lines in the primer anywhere, so I'm just gonna feather that out a little bit. The reason I had a hard line like that is because I couldn't get tape to stick to this undercoating on the backside because it's an oil base, and it doesn't like to stick to that. So I had to tape it like that. That way I didn't get stuff, primer and stuff blowing inside the cab here. But it will be alright. I'll probably have to paint it that way too. And then when I'm done, like I said, it's under the gasket so you won't see it. But when I'm done, I'm going to go through, probably touch it up. Or I might airbrush it or something like that. I don't know what I'll do. But I might just touch it up or put some rust presented. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But we're not going to leave it a bare edge because that would be the first place it would rust. And that's the thing, when you're doing this stuff, you gotta think, you can't just go over a little bit of stuff. You have to get that shit all out, all that surface right. How many subs am I at? I just want 100 subs in this video. But right now I'm at like, I think 140. But it could be a lot better than that. Oh man, I keep freaking burning through everywhere. And I put a lot of primer in here. I've been doing it since March, the beginning of March, I believe. But I do content every day. It's not the same repetitive content every day. Like tonight, we're doing this Bronco. I got a lot of work on this Bronco. And it pisses me off because there's people out on the YouTube, on other channels that don't work like this. Like, they just cut shit together. It looks like I don't see anybody doing hardcore body work like this. You do not, absolutely do not. So, and I'm not even doing this all the time. I paint vehicles for a living and do this on the side. I mean, I've done this stuff my whole entire life. You might think that, hey, I'm 20 years old. I'm not. I'm a lot older than that. I've done this for about 16 years in my life. Since I was a kid, like since I was 15, I started doing this industry. My brother kind of got me started in it because his buddy was doing it, and then I kind of took over and really took it into a career. On this Bronco, about 6 months. And I've had to fix everything on it. Where someone has already went through and fixed it before I came to it, and then the only thing that sucks with these older vehicles like this is, you're opening a can of worms, and that's what this one is. It's a big giant can of worms, and it sucks because I'm not the one that originally did it. So there's a point where you gotta like, all right, we're just gonna have to leave it because you're not getting paid enough to go that far into. But you do have to fix things to prevent your work to be fucked up, and also let the customer know what they have and what's been done to it. And they'll tell you how far that you can go with it, and see if they want to invest the money again on getting it done, basically. But right now, we're just kind of going over what someone else has done, making it a lot better, and we're going to get it painted here pretty soon. It's going to be this baby blue over here, and it's a Florida mud truck, so you will see this. What would you say the progress is? Like percentage-wise, it would be, I'll be honest with you, I'm like 50% through this thing. 50%. Now that I can get the doors on for the last time and hang them, and they'll be ready for paint. That was the biggest thing, is to get this done, because then I can work down the side of the Bronco and get that done. So that's a big progress. Then I can actually get my body work on both sides, because the fender has to be met up to the door, the rear quarter, which they already are, but I have to get it a little bit better. And the front end needed a little work. And right now I got the whole front end kind of bonded together, because that's how I do it on some of that old stuff, is all the edges are screwed up on the metal sometimes. What I'll do is I'll 36 grit it or 80 grit it, get it real roughed up, and mud both. Say this is a grill and this is the fender, I'll mud that whole thing, that seam and all. The reason is because you'll go through and wiggle that grill and it'll crack right where your bond, where that edge of that metal is, and it's going to crack in there where your bondo is. And what it does is allows you to come in there and shape that edge where you want. That way you're not adding, taking away, adding, taking away. You can just form it all one time and then put it back up there, and you're good to go. And if you have to go through and hit little spots here and there, they're not, basically not hit or miss. You know where all, if you shape your own line, then you know it's going to be legit, instead of putting it on and off to try and finagle this bodywork, because sometimes the edges are screwed up real bad. So if you just do that real quick, you're saving a lot of time. And it looks like shit because it looks like it's molded together, but it's not. You just wiggle that grill and all that bondo will crack right through that grill, or where the grill's mounted up, and it's easier than you think. The fenders is the same way. When I did them to the rocker, that way they're both even where they need to be, instead of adding filler here, and then basically what happens is you're trying to add it to the edge because you've been missing that the whole time, and then it becomes this really hot mess where you're trying to get the edge just built up. the hardest part was the passenger side, because the idiot that put on the quarter over there, because these Broncos have a fiberglass top, there's no B-pillar here. So it's just a box side pretty much. It's going like this. Well, the idiot that put that on must have heated the shit out of it and warped it in, so that thing went in. So when I came here, the door and the quarter were sitting like this. They're like, it was terrible. I could not fix a vehicle like that and be proud of it. So I had to fix that right away. It was the first thing I fixed. Basically, I took a porta power from the roll cage in here and pushed it against that quarter over there, and it drawed it out enough. Unfortunately, when you do shit like that, like I said, I did not do the metal work on this car. Believe me, if I did, it would not have been fucked up like that. But you have to add mud to that to counteract for that. And there's certain areas that's got more mud than that is needed. But I had to do that to get it right, because I could have left it like that and it would have been the most botched ass fucking restoration repair that you've seen. Like the door, like it would have been bad. And then when I came to it, none of the body lines none of them, from the fenders to the door to the quarter, lined up. So that was the first thing, is to get that shit lined up to see where you're working with. I'm in Florida.
The ticket, Lady Jennifer Cooch.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here is my Discover.
Good old Florida.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs? Did you hear? Discover's accepted.
I've been down here for about 3 years. I came from Iowa. I moved down here from Iowa. So from Iowa, I've done a lot of rust repair. So I'm familiar with a lot of rust. There's a lot of people down here that have no idea what to do when it comes to that. And it's actually quite simple.
Soak up every moment with outfits for the family, from statement makers to everyday looks. Get it all for
But we can worry about that later. I gotta get
where families come first.
this done.
I feel like everything's crowded by doubt. Visit California Psychics.
So it's a lot of hand sanding here. You gotta freaking
24/7. We guarantee if it's not
round all this stuff. It's important to round all this, or else it'll look square where you sanded it, you know? So you gotta go in here and just start rounding it. Sometimes you'll burn through that edge a little bit, at least you know you got that edge all rounded up. You don't want it looking square. That's a good song that's on the radio right now. We're turning up tonight. You guys hear the music? Someone comment below if you can hear the music. So it's just a lot of hand sanding, people, on this stuff that's inside these jams. You have to get really good with your hand and sanding it, because you're going to use it a lot. Like I said, we're going to get this close, and then the next thing you're going to want to do for a while, alright, I got to shape this. So wherever you sand that primer, if you sand it flat, it's going to create an edge that's flat, or it's going to have an angle to it. It's going to have like a 90-degree angle on it, whatever. You have to go back through and pretty much deburr that edge with your sandpaper, because when you go to paint it, a lot of people out there will not hit their body lines. So it's like, I'm gonna wipe it out. No, you have to. You have to hit it with a 320 or 400. You have to knock it out a little bit. And then your Scotch-Brite's gonna do the rest where it melts it all in. But if you do not, you will see it'll be a sharp edge and it'll look shitty. You have to, I call it wiping it out. You're wiping out that body line a little bit. It's the most important thing, believe it or not. A lot of people out there do not do that. And I've seen it. I painted shit like that I don't like, but it is what it is sometimes. So we're gonna take Scotch-Brite, again, like I said, and you're gonna scuff this up for a while. And basically what it's gonna do is smooth, even around those edges even more that you can't really get to, but it's gonna allow it to look very uniform, and it won't look like you freaking sanded it with sandpaper sometimes. But it's really important, people, to hit it with red Scotch-Brite on any primered area when you're done. Not that you need to scuff areas that you didn't sand, but like I said, it makes everything blend for bodywork wise. On primer in particular, not really body filler. You ain't gonna do shit with Scotch-Brite on body filler, but you will primer. Yes, you are sanding primer off with your red Scotch-Brite. It doesn't look like it because it's a really fine grit, but you are. So you got the like really tight areas you can't get to. Make sure you sand it really well with the Scotch-Brite. And then there is some areas that you couldn't hit with the sandpaper that you gotta get scuffed up to get some product on it. So it's hitting those too. So when I pop these fenders off when I get the doors on, because I'll line everything up and then I can pop the fenders off, get this shit straightened out on the fenders. I'll come back through. Because this is all open up here in the front. Even when the door's on here, it's all open, so I'll come back through here and finish that off real quick. But we don't have to spend a lot of time on that because it's all hidden behind this fender. But we have to get a coating on it. You can't just leave it like that. And no, you just don't put undercoating over bare shit like that because you won't see it. No, you've got to get down etch and epoxy. You have to get something down that is treating the metal. Undercoating does not treat metal. It's just undercoating. It's just a coating. It's not a protectant. Yes, it says, it'll prevent rust. No, the fuck it don't. No, it don't. You have to get down. Etch preferably if you're gonna put undercoating because it's got zinc in it and shit like that you need on the metal so it don't rust. Epoxy is like primer particular. It's a little thicker, but if you're just getting it so it don't rust, put down etch before you put any undercoatings down. If you're doing cut-ins in the inside of shit, or paint it preferably, but you have to have a coating down over the metal. You can't just put shit on it. Like everybody on YouTube, everyone right now is fucking spray painting shit. That lasts for 4 months, people. What other cars and trucks I'm doing? Right now at the house, I'm restoring. It's my car. I'm restoring an 05 Mini Cooper. Right now, if you go through my channel, you'll see videos of it. I'm probably gonna switch the way I do videos up on that here. And basically, I got the whole inside all redone. I'm getting ready to put it back together. That'll be the next video, is putting it back together. Just put a brand new suede headliner on it and stuff like that. But that's not even the next one after that. So I have to get that done and get it sold. But the next one, hopefully in a month, the next one that's coming is my 82 Firebird Trans Am, and that's back in Iowa. So that's going to be coming down from Iowa, and I'm actually going to go through and do a full-on restoration on that. The whole truck. It's a big project. So this has all been finished off. I got this all lined up. This is a brand new OEM tailgate from Ford. There's a company that redoes OEM Ford parts. It's one of them. This side, I don't know if I'll sand tonight. This right here, I got to get sanded so I can get the door on at least. This back here don't matter yet because I can swing the door open and sand that. But I gotten this all primered up last night again because you have to do this like 19 times. And this is all Bondo, people. You have to know how to fucking block a lot of Bondo. So, and this right here, not only does it roll slightly right here, but it starts to come back in here a little bit. And there's a lip all the way through here. You can see it. And I have to recreate this 1/8 of an inch line through here that's in this. And this is where they butt up that new panel. So it's really fucking, really, really difficult to do that. Same thing, all Bondo, people. No, it's not thick, but you have to put a skim coat on there. Some areas where the body lines got taken out, someone had fiberglassed it, guy wanted it done like that. Same thing here, there's a body line that runs through here. Those have all been glazed over. I don't know how the person did it before, but I went through and cleaned it up a little bit, but everything looks, it looks pretty good. And then here's the front, and this is what I was talking about, the grill and the fender meeting here. When I go to tap on this, when it's all unbolted, it will crack all the way through there, and then I can do my whole edge where I need to. But yeah, it's gonna be blue. It's gonna be this color right here. It's like a greenish blue. The dash is already painted that color. It's in the camera, it's looking blue, but it's more on the green side. But yeah, that's what he's doing on that, and it's a mud truck. That is the axles on the ground. And he's got a built motor for it, built trans. And he's got some work done to it. So it's a mud truck, so it's a really badass mud truck when it's done. But yeah, guys, I just need you to subscribe to the channel so I can keep growing, because this is actually a pretty cool channel. I'm trying to get this situated, guys. It's a pretty cool channel. It's just the more supporters you get, the more interest that you want in your own channel to keep creating videos. And that's where I'm at now, where it's like it's not growing fast enough. It's not that it takes a lot of time out of my life, but you do constantly have to think about it. You're like, oh, should I do a video? You know what I mean? Orange OEM tires, not rims, orange rims. But so it's, oh shit, it's 9 o'clock. Anyways, people, I'm gonna end the live here because I got a bunch of stuff to do, and I don't want the phone to be involved in trying to get shit done, unfortunately. And plus, this isn't my place. Like I said, it's a side job. So we're gonna end the live stream here. Maybe tomorrow I'll get the Mini Cooper up on live, or do something with that tomorrow. I gotta get going on that again. But like I said, I got all sorts of stuff to do, dude. All sorts of stuff. So, and this is the stuff I'm talking about that you have to go through and recreate. You see that little line right there? See that? I have to go through and make that same shape all the way down. It's a lot of patience. A lot of patience. But it'll look good when it's done. You'll be proud of it when you're done. So I'm gonna hurry up. I gotta get this door that's over here primered tonight. And like I said, I gotta get this shit sanded out so I can get these doors hung back on here, because the reason I have to get them hung back on here is that it's important to get hung back on here is, for one, to finish the whole bodywork on the side of it, but I can get it locked into where I don't have to take them off again, because on this vehicle in particular, I have to paint it with everything together, because it has this style of hinges on it, and they wrap around the door. And trying to paint these and then paint the doors and put these back on like this with the door here, in how sharp these are, you're going to be sliding that into your paint here trying to do that, and you're going to make a mess. So and not only that, you're going to be adjusting it, so it's going to be just all over the place, scratching the shit out of it, and then you'll be in here touching it up. So the best, I normally don't do shit like this, but in this vehicle's case, I have to do it this way. But I'm gonna get this to where it's good to go, and then I'm gonna swing the door open when I paint it, and then swing it closed, because the whole inside and outside of the door have to be painted, because they're painted the same color. So it'll just be easy. The only thing is, like I said, I have to get it all finished off on the insides of the doors and jambs and stuff, so when I do the outside, or if primer blows in there when I'm doing the outside, it's gonna bond, and then I can get it ready. Everything's ready. This is, like I said, this area right here is the most important area to get finished tonight, so I can get the doors on, because I can't touch this anymore once the doors are on. I can't get access to it. Same thing with the front side of the door. I have to get that completely sanded off, and it's not in the greatest like body area, but it's hidden all behind the hinge, and most likely it's probably gonna fold it in a little bit more over time, because of the way the hinge design is. There's just, And those were really, really shitty doors. Like, those, I probably had the most time in on them doors. They were so freaking bad. Everything else has been replaced but them fucking doors, and they were bad. They kind of look pregnant in the middle of the door, but I had to just do it that way to get the fender and the door to blend. But they also might look like that from the factory. I don't know. I'm just making everything jive with what I'm working with, and sometimes you have to do that, unfortunately. But like I said, if you can, please go through, support the channel, people. I got stuff all the time. There isn't a day I don't have something. I love cars. That's pretty much my whole life. It's my career. But no, just subscribe to the channel, and we'll have some more great stuff coming on there. Like I said, I have a 82 Firebird that's coming up here after I get done with the Mini Cooper at my house, and that one's gonna be a full-on restoration, from like floor pans, the cutting out. I don't know if I want to put a quarter on it or just patch it, but there's some rust in some areas. Stuff like that we're gonna do, because that car's worth money now, and it's the first year of the 3rd gen, and it's black and gold. It looks pretty cool. But it needs restored, and there'll be a lot more people interested in that car on my channel than my Mini Cooper. But the Mini Cooper is kind of a small, let's get this thing, everything fixed on it, looking the best it can, pretty much kind of car. But the Trans Am that's coming up here next month, hopefully, that one's actually legitimate restoration. Legitimate. Besides this Bronco, this is well, it's not mine, but it's someone else's. This is a restoration, and it's a pretty big project. But you guys will see this out in the Florida mud truck scene. I'll guarantee that. You guys will have videos of this. There'll be someone out there that has a video of this truck. And you guys seen it here first, because I'm the one that did it. So, and that will be, hopefully this will be wrapped up in the next couple months, because it's getting a little old. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's a process, people. It's a big process to do these restorations, but there's no one doing it anymore, hardly, because they're like, there's no money in it. Well, I make money in it in a different way, because I don't charge one flat rate. Hey, it's gonna be this, and then when shit pops up, they're like, well, this wasn't expected, this wasn't expected. You leave that shit on the customer. You just, every week you get paid like a job, and you will be settled up every single time, and the customer will be settled up every time. So there's no tensions. The worst thing you want is tensions between a restoration job. You do not want that. So I eliminated that the way I do my mobile restoration business. I eliminate that. I come to your house. I don't want shit in my house that's yours, unless it's something small or something, that's fine. Oh yeah, not only, besides this restoration, the Mini Cooper and all that, I got a brand new tailgate off of Chevy Silverado that has the Chevrolet stamped in the back of it. I'm airbrushing that, a patina paint job on that. It's gonna be patina, and that'll be a live video. So, and I like I said, I do airbrushing. I do everything automotive, paint, bodywork, collision. I do lots of collision. I do all that shit. So there's always those videos on here. But like I said, I gotta get going, crunching on this truck, get it wrapped up tonight. I gotta get that door primered and stuff like that, so I can get these doors hung, so I can keep moving down the side. Because like I said, I gotta get this wrapped up in the next month or two. Because I just want to be done with it. I want to move on to something else, and I'm pretty sure the guy that owns this has got something else too. So we just need to get it wrapped up. Now, you won't see a lot of videos of this all the time or live, because I periodically do it. Like tonight, I'm doing one. Like, let's do live. So just every once in a while, I will do videos. Probably not as a short. You'll see these in shorts. But for the most part, I kind of keep this a little bit smaller, because again, it's not my place, and I come here to work on it, not make fucking videos sometimes. Like tonight, like I killed probably an hour tonight making a video, because I'm interacting with people and stuff like that. But I gotta get going. We gotta get this Bronco done, people, or else it's just gonna be a fucking thought. So I'll talk to you guys later. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't want to miss things. It's new content, fresh content. Can't get any fresher than the content I'm making. I'm not no fucking Tom's Refurb yet, but it's getting up there. But please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Have a good night.